for me, these are things that we miss.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm 35. Growing up, unless your parents were there,
Yeah.
you didn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would go different places.
You didn't have that exposure
No.
to it. Yeah.
There's this black orthodontist,
Yeah.
whatever. His name is Andre Baptiste. I don't know if you've seen him around.
Yes, he used to be my dentist. Yes,
Really?
absolutely.
I had him on my show, and I'm like, you're the only black dentist I know.
Yeah.
He was like, a lot of kids come in, and I'm the only black
Yeah,
dentist
he used
they
to
know.
be. I think he's in Apopka now, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he is. He got
but
a branch there.
Yeah, but he wasn't always in Apopka. He was like in the Ocoee area at one point.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I was actually
Okay.
with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I went, and we had matter of fact, I met him for lunch. He was on the sit down. He came here, he was on the sit down. And then I met him for lunch. I met up with his producer that's producing his show.
Yeah.
And we sat down and had lunch, and I went to his office. I mean, nice office.
Exactly.
Man. And,
exactly.
And I was like, but see, unless there's a camera pointed at you, most of the people in the city don't know you exist.
Don't know, and like it's so important for us to see that. You know,
Yes.
I think that's one of the reasons why you hear, you know, like kids and the youth saying that they want to be kind of like what they see. You hear rapper.
And
You
we
know,
talked
actually
about
being a
ball
guidance
player.
counselor, that's all I heard. Like, I
Really?
want to be, yes, like that's what people's dreams were, to either
Yeah.
be a rapper or some type of professional football player or basketball player and go
Right.
into the league some kind of way. And that's all they knew, because that's all they saw, you know? That's the only thing that was televised. And obviously this was like even before social media, during that time. So, you know, I think now, like, wait, are we recording yet? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm so
this is the
sorry.
sit down.
Okay,
Go right
so
ahead.
yeah, I think now that social media is out, I think
Right.
it gives like the opportunity for us, even, you know, my age, your age, what, you know, whatever age range, to just get so much more exposure to not just, you know, the typical ways of what they think it is to make money. You know, I think people much younger, and I'm so impressed to see like the financial knowledge of like financial wealth that, you know, you have people that are teenagers that are investing in stocks and cryptocurrency or whatever it may be, and have made, you know, like some serious money at their age already. So it's like really impressive to see that, you know, they're aspiring to be something beyond that. And there's nothing wrong with being, you know, a rapper or a football player, but it's not,
Right.
it's not
only
absolutely,
thing.
yeah, it's not the only thing you can do, and it's not being 100% realistic either,
That's true.
you know?
I want to say, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, y'all throw it in the comments. But they were saying that like the chances of making it to the league, to the NFL.
Exactly.
I don't know what the NBA numbers are, but I think the NFL is like 25 people per state, I believe.
Exactly.
And that was when I heard the number like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that's so slim. That's so slim. So to know that you would stand a much better chance by just, you know, researching a way. I mean, I'm really impressed by what I see. You know, people just becoming millionaires just from, you know, YouTube or TikTok or whatever the social media outlet may be. It's just like really, really impressive. My son is actually very much into that as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Very much. He's 15. Yeah.
And he's into TikTok?
He's into TikTok.
Wow.
So he plays like Fortnite. I'm not into the games at all, but he plays them. But when he's playing them, he I don't know, streams it online or whatever. So, and because of that, he gets so many views, so many comments or whatever. So he's like always showing me like, look, Mom, look how many likes I got in this video or whatever. So it's really interesting. Absolutely.
Monetize
Absolutely.
it. Tell him to get on Patreon.
Yeah.
If he's on Patreon already, dope. Grow it. Tell him to get on Patreon. And because I remember playing video games, being in that, and I regret that I didn't stick in it, because I grew up around a time where I was 18 and YouTube was popping.
Right, exactly.
Had I gotten to the
YouTube was like the main thing at that point. Yeah.
Had I gotten to it then, but I mean, you can't make money doing that. I was doing music, content creation at the time before content creating was like trendy.
Right.
We were doing that.
Exactly.
But we were always told that that's not how you do it. Boom, boom, boom. You can't make money playing video games. You can't say that no more.
Yeah, you definitely can't say that anymore. I honestly don't get it. Like, I don't get, like, they just like watching you play video games. Like, I don't get it, but hey, like, I see, you know, what happens. I see, you know, the likes that he gets, the comments that he gets, and how many views, you know, that he actually gets for it. So, you know, I think there's an audience for everything.
It's like, take it serious. Nowadays, the advice is whatever you do, just take it serious.
Take it serious.
And find a way to monetize it. Because nowadays, the way they're doing it now,
right,
anything can be monetized.
Anything can be monetized. And we see that with any and everything, you know, whether it's just like a one hit or a trendy thing that's just for whatever, you know, for a temporary time or whatever it may be. You know, people can make money like it's nothing, you know, like it's nothing, just for sharing their life basically online.
My son, he's into trains. My oldest, he's 7. He's into trains. There's this kid on YouTube that he watches.
Yeah.
And the kid just unwraps you trains, toy trains, and plays with them.
And he makes money from that.
And my son watches him play with trains. My son has trains too.
Yeah.
But he watches this kid unbox and play with trains, talk about the toys, and the dad is right there with him.
Wow.
Content.
Yeah.
And the kid doesn't even know he's creating content because he's playing with toys. The kid's like 7, 9 years old. Content, millions of views.
Isn't that crazy?
And then when I'm watching the channel, he's watching the YouTube channel, ads play on it. So the kid is making, and granted the dad is probably the one creating the content and editing, doing all of that. But now your kid doesn't even know he's making money, but now he has a bank account, savings account. So by the time he's old enough, I mean, the kid done already done grossed a couple hundred.
He definitely
$100,000.
has already.
And I think that that's the beauty of where we see it now, because now anything that you do, as long as you take it serious and you find a way to monetize it, you can become financially successful early in life.
Right.
So that way now you're 18, 20s, and you can spend that time. Yeah, if you continue to wanting to monetize it, you can continue doing that, but it can also open up realms. You can do other things in life.
You definitely can. You definitely can. And it's crazy because, I mean, I'm a former educator. I always say you're always an educator, so I'm just not practicing at the moment. But and I push education. I push, you know, going on and receiving, you know, a higher degree after high school or whatever. And that's what I've always pushed with my kids. I'm not seeing it that way anymore. You know, I'm not. I don't see it that way anymore.
I'm glad you're saying it.
Because I mean, obviously we see how successful people can be, and it's how you define success, because it's not always wealth in terms of money. It's not always money, so it's how you define it, and it's different for everybody. But for my son in particular, he doesn't see it that way. You know, he sees as like, Mom, I really want to do this thing. I want to do this social media thing. So with him, I tell him, well, learn it. You know, learn, you know, the behind the scenes. You love Fortnite. Create your own version of that. You know, like get into doing something like that so that you can actually have people that are on your site, you know, so you can make money from that as well. So that's my thing, and it doesn't take a 4-year degree or college of any nature for that, you know, just learning the skill more than anything. That's really important.
It takes exploring who you are and exploring your creativity.
And definitely.
We live in a time where it's possible now. I don't think it's always been possible, so I don't think that people were wrong before, but it's changed. And now that it's changed, change with it.
Yeah,
don't
you have
fight
to.
It, don't
you
try
have to be able to.
I wasn't the one for school.
Yeah.
I said it earlier, I got my GED.
Yeah.
I didn't drop out, but I got in a lot of trouble and then would have had to repeat the 12th grade.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm 18, my birthday's in August. I'm 18, I'm not walking around here
you're
at 19
August
years
what?
old. August 8th.
Okay, my son's August 2nd.
Yeah?
2nd.
Oh.
So you're Leo.
I'm a Leo, yeah. That's what they tell me at least. I'd love to get your son on here too.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, he's very camera shy, I'm pretty sure. But I think as he warms up, I mean, I feel really comfortable here. He would love that.
It means he's working. But, so I got my GED. And at the time, I told you, I got it in 2004. So it was go to school, go to school, go to school.
Yeah.
So I went to I went to Valencia, right? My major was political science because I wanted to be mayor. And my minor was psychology. Because you wanted to be? The mayor.
I like that.
Because my thing was, because I was doing music and I was like, yo, Jay-Z is my huge influence. I was like, I want to be the Jay-Z of my city. I want to just impact the city somehow. And I felt like if I was the mayor, I could do the most impact. But then as I got into school, I was like, nah, I'll impact as a rapper. School wasn't my thing. So I left school, man, and started pursuing hip hop and music, but you know, it wasn't moving the way I would like it. It's just, I wasn't studying it enough to make an impact. So, you know, life went on and I went other ways, and now it landed me here. I didn't go to school for this. I worked doing events, show setup. I learned lighting, I learned audio, I learned video, just through hands-on experience.
Exactly.
And putting it all together here.
Right.
Not to say that I can't go to school for it. You can. But I think when you push, I think the key is, especially being a parent, and you know it, find what your kid is doing, your child.
Exactly.
And push them in that interest. And it may take school to get them there.
Right.
It may not, but don't just push one narrative.
I think school, more than anything, it creates a certain discipline more than anything. I say that it's really just like a backup plan. So if whatever your plans are in life, if for any reason they don't go as you plan them to, well, you have that to fall back on. You know, I don't see it as being a waste, even, you know, for the people that did go. Obviously, I'm one of those. It's not a waste, but I'm not in my field. And I couldn't imagine not being where I'm currently at, you know, like today, like, yeah, I could not imagine, you know, and I think that people, and I knew early on for me, like, that I had that entrepreneur spirit. I just knew that. I grew up in it. My father was that, my grandmother, I just grew up and I saw that all the time. And I like creating my own structure, you know, rather than falling into whomever's business it may be, and being that I like creating my own, and that's just how I've been. So I think with any entrepreneur, you can put them probably in any field, and it's a mindset. It's how you think more than anything that will, you know, just create success, you know, within that.
So we started doing lives, right? We started off at lives. Lives were hard to facilitate. If anyone cancels on you and you're trying to go live that day,
that very moment,
we had that happen. Episode 6 just started and we hit boom, and then it was location, all these other things that came out right out the gate. But I appreciated it because I told my wife, I said, episode 6, when we had that canceled the day of, nothing against the person, you know, life happens. I understand that, but that's how we pre-record.
And that's how you learn a different way of doing things.
And we schedule multiple people too, just in case life happens. And I said, you know what? I'm still gonna go live. And I said, I'm gonna just monologue because this isn't about, at this stage of the growing process, I said, it's not about the numbers right now. It's not about the views. This is our test. This is my test. I have to show the universe and everyone out there that this doesn't stop. So I did a thing called the resilience monologue, where I just went on a monologue for 6 minutes. It wasn't long. And I just monologued about resilience, what it meant, consistency, empowering through, learning how to pivot when life throws something at you. So I did it at that time. And I told my wife, I spoke it, I said, from this episode on, the show changes. And I lie to you not. Went and did a sit down. Hey, if you need a location, you can use my location, because we didn't want to keep using our house. Awesome. We went door to door, B2B. That's when I met you. And we did a sit down with Pinka, one of our partners. Shout out to Brittany and Pinka. She said, if you need a location, boom, you got this. I mean, and these things just started happening.
How doors start opening.
But I had to move. And I'm pretty sure you share the same testament. And I share that testimony a lot because I really want people to understand that you can't wait for things to be comfortable. You can't wait for it to be, oh, once I get this, then I'll do it.
And that's what I think it's about. Being able to, you can't gauge your success on anyone else's, you know, success. I think it's all about meeting your personal best. And I think that a lot of times people just expect for things to happen. Life doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen.